In this session, we are going to learn about waterfall model. We are going to learn what is waterfall model and what are the advantages and disadvantages of waterfall model. Let us see one by one. First, what is waterfall model? Waterfall model is one of the model of software development life cycle. It is used in developing the software. It is a sequential design development process in which the progress is flowing downwards like waterfall through phases like requirement phase, design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. In waterfall model, one phase gets completed and then we move on to the next phase. In this, the output of first phase acts as the input for the next phase. In SDLC, that means software development lifecycle, we have 6 phases. And waterfall model also we have 6 phases. In this waterfall model, documentation plays main role. In requirement phase, the document called system requirement specification document. That document acts as an input to the design phase. The designers or architects will analyze the document and they start designing the application. They came up with the HLD and LLD documents. These documents plays important role in the design phase. These documents acts input to the development phase, and the developers visualize and understand those documents and they build the software. This build is input to the testing phase. The testers will find the defects and they raise the defects and they retest those defects which was found by them and they deploy to the customer, and finally the maintenance phase happens. This is the process of waterfall model. Now let us see the advantages of waterfall model. First, simple and easy to understand. It is very understandable and phases are completed when one at a time. In this waterfall model, when one phase gets completed and then we move on to the next phase. For example, when requirement phase is completed and then design phase. After design, development. After development and then testing, and so on. This process happens. Next, works well for small projects where requirements are phased and easy to understand. Here in this waterfall model, the requirements are not allowed. So the chances of finding the defects is very less. Next, initial investment is less because the company does not hire the testers at the beginning because the testing is done after the development. So the testers hire after the development phase. Next, quality of the product will be good. In this model, the quality is good and it is very suitable for the short projects. Next, let us see the disadvantages of waterfall model. Testing starts only after the development phase. Once testing the application, we cannot go back and change something went wrong at the initial stage. So testing starts only after the development phase. Next, requirement changes are not allowed. As I said earlier, in this model, requirement changes are not allowed. Total investment is more because the testing happens after the development phase, where find the defects. And it is very time-consuming job for testers to rework again. Next, if there is a defect in the requirement, it will continue till the later phase. If there is a defect, we do not identify those defects at the earlier stage. This defect will continue the later phase. So this is a big disadvantage of waterfall model. And it is not suitable for large projects. This is about waterfall model and advantages and disadvantages of waterfall model. Hope you understand. See you in the next session.